Yo, it's the man, it's the man, DeLorean. It's the man, it's the man, DeLorean, the man, DeLorean. And Grogu too. Grogu, the man, DeLorean. What's up, guys? This is the Gospel According to Mark with a C. Thank you. He is I, and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind. Thank you for joining me once again, my friends. And it is back, the Mandalorian, the jewel of the Nile, the star in the crown of Disney Star Wars. And by crown, I do mean toilet, the throne. Yes, it is back for season 3. This is the season 3 Episode 1 opener, chapter 17, the Apostate, or something like that. Okay, so it begins with a brief flashback of what came before. Missing from that flashback is an explanation of why Grogu is still hanging out with the Mandalorian, even though at the end of season 2, we saw those two crazy kids separate. There wasn't a dry eye in the house, but they don't explain it. But I got some good news and some bad news. The good news is, if you're wondering why Grogu is still with the Mandalorian, you can find out very easily. The bad news is you'd have to watch the Book of Boba Fett to understand it. And dude, take my advice. You don't want to do it. All right. Just take it for what it is. They're still together. They don't know what the hell they're doing. Okay, fine. So this particular episode opens up with a bunch of really fucked up looking Mandalorians standing on the shore. And they appear to be crowning some little kid. Right now, the funny thing is that at first, I thought it was a flashback. I thought it was a flashback to the origins of Din Djarin. Turns out it's some other little kid who kind of looks freakily like young Boba Fett. You know, if you really look at him, I know you guys noticed that. It ain't just me, right? So little Julio is standing on the shore, and you got the armorer there talking about, from this day forth, you must never take off your helmet. And I'm like, dude, again with the not taking off your helmet, is it just me, or is this shit really nasty? When you really think about it, these are humanoids. So you know they sneeze, so they got snot up underneath this helmet. They can't take it off. They can't blow their nose. They can't brush their teeth. They got all type of halitosis going on. It's kind of like all these people walking around wearing masks today. You know that this is nasty. You're not supposed to be breathing back in your germs and everything, but they're doing this, right? You can't scratch your ear. You can't comb your hair. You just know underneath that helmet, the armorer looks busted. You know what I mean? You don't ever want to see this woman's face. All right, baby, keep the helmet on. Just bend over. You know what I mean? I'm good. But they got little Julio on the shore. He's like, this is the way. And in true Disney fashion, right? This is turned into a child sacrifice, because while they're off on the shore, here comes some big prehistoric alligator looking monster who comes up out of the water. I don't know why they're down there in the first place. You would think they would know there's probably something in the water. Let's go out and have our little picnic down by the water, right? But no, here comes the big, ugly, crazy alligator prehistoric looking monster up onto the shore. Now he starts grabbing up all of these Mandalorians and everything. He's chewing them up. Chop, chop, chop. He's killing everybody. Ha, hey, ha. This is the way, bitches. Ha, ha, ha. So he's killing them. It's not looking good for these Mandalorians when all of a sudden, or whatever that is, right? You see the Naboo starfighter coming out of the sky. It's the Mandalorian. And Grogu too. So they come down and they bust into the monster, right? They just go right through him with the fighter, like sploosh, right? So now the creature is dead. Mando lands. He looks at everybody like, how you like me now? Huh? Who's the Mandalorian now? Huh? And everything. So there it is, right? Here goes Grogu. Okay, Grogu's here too. All right, got us secure those that toy line. So anyway, the armorer, instead of just saying, thank you, Mando, you saved all of us, what does she say? You've removed your helmet. You are not of us. You're welcome, bitch. You know what I mean? But Mando is like, listen, I want to redeem myself. I know that I can do this. I can redeem myself, and I know that there's a way for me to redeem myself, because it's said that if I purify myself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka, then I will be worthy once again. I would have redeemed myself. The armorer is like, well, that is what's said. I mean, I don't even think that place exists anymore. But Mando's like, I know it exists. I'm gonna find it, and I'm gonna redeem myself. So I'm gonna leave you now, and when I come back, you're gonna kiss my ass. You know what I mean? So I'm going. I'm gonna go purify myself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka. Grogu is like, I don't care where we go. I don't care what we do. Ba ba hoo hoo. I don't care, pretty Mando. Just take me with you. And off they go. Off they go. They blast off to go see none other than Carl Weathers, Grief Karga, one of the best characters Disney Star Wars has got going on. If you ask me, Grief Karga comes out, Mando! He's looking all pimped out. He's looking good. He's turned everything around and everything looks great. The last time you saw where he was, everything was being blown up and all that stuff. Now, he's turned everything legitimate. Everything looks good. Everything looks great. And I love Carl Weathers in this role. I always felt that Carl Weathers, Grief Karga, Gina Carano's Cara Dune, and Mando made a great trio. They humanize him. They have great chemistry with him. Unfortunately, Cara Dune is gone, and they explain this by saying that once she turned in Moff Gideon. Yeah, once she turned in Moff Gideon, she was called away to join the Starship Troopers or something like that. So she's gone, right? Flimsy excuse, but they did what they had to do. So anyway, Grief Karga is like, well, things have turned around here. Everything's looking legitimate. Hopefully you can come on to help me, with everything here. And Mando is like, listen, I got business I got to take care of, so I can't help you right now and everything. And then here comes some pirates. How do you know they're pirates? Because I kid you not, they actually say, "Arr, arr, we need to speak to you, Grief Karga, but first we want to have a drink, and we want to have a drink in that place right there, that bar, that tavern." And Grief Karga is like, but it's a school now. We're legitimate. You can't have a drink there. Let's go down the block. You can have a drink there, my pirate friends. Because apparently when Grief Karga was more of a scoundrel, I guess they did dirty business together. Now the pirates are like, are you kidding? You think that, you can call the shots here? All the dirt that we all did together? Now go get your shine box. We want to drink. We want to drink right here. It's a school. What part of that did they not understand? What are you going to get to drink in a school except maybe some blue or green milk? And I heard that shit is nasty. So things go south. They end up having a little shootout. They take down about 3 or 4 of them. And then the head pirate goes running off. And he's like, yes, go tell everybody that we're legitimate here. So he's like, well, see, Mando, this is the reason why we need you. Mando's like, no, I'm only here because I want the bounty hunter bot IG-11, right? IG-11 got blown up back in season 1, I believe it was, but they have a statue to IG-11 in the village square or something like that. Mando thinks that he can reactivate IG-11 because he's the only droid that he can trust. Right? So he wants him to go with him on his mission. I don't know where he's going to fit him in that little Naboo fighter, but that's what he wants. So they attempt to reactivate IG-11. IG-11, after a while, they're able to hotwire IG-11. IG-11 comes back online, but he is defaulted back to his killer bounty hunter status and decides that he wants to kill Grogu and the Mandalorian and everybody who's standing around. So when he comes back to life, he's just like, pa-cow, pa-cow, pa-cow. So Mando has to shut him down, and he's like, well, that didn't go the way I thought it was going to go, but maybe we can tinker around with him and bring him back to the way that we want him to be when he was more helpful. So they're like, okay, so let's get Babu Frick from the sequel trilogies, I think his name was, and his little rat rodent buddies to work on him. And while he's doing that, I'm going to go speak to Bo-Katan, right? So he goes blasting off, right? And he's on his way to go see Bo-Katan, but here go the pirates. You didn't think you were going to kill 4 of us and get away with it, did you, Mando? Arrgh! It's so corny, but okay, it's a kid's show, all right? So maybe kids are giggling at that. Oh, they're pirates, just like Jack Sparrow, So anyway, so they go flying around, and they're in an asteroid field, and they're chasing Mando, and it's all exciting. Whoopee! It's stuff that we've seen before, but okay. So anyway, so he manages to give them the slip. He blows up a few of them, and he's like, let this be the day that you remember that you almost got the Mandalorian. He goes speeding off. Bo-Katan is sitting in a castle by herself with a leg up on the armrest and everything, talking about, Mando, there's nobody here. All right, there's nobody here for you to join. You kept the dark saber. Now nobody wants to hear shit from me. Thank you very much, Mando. Mando's like, listen, I can help you, but I'm on my way to purify myself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka. But when I do that, I'll come back and I'll help you, Bo-Katan. You'll see. Bo-Katan is like, yeah, whatever. It's all a bunch of hokey, superstitious bullshit. It's like, you're not going to find anything there. And even if you do find something there, it's cursed. Mando's like, well, is it cursed? Is it not there? Have it show, you can't have it two ways, he's basically saying, all right? So there's not a whole lot to this episode, guys. As far as a season opener is concerned, I kid you not, that's basically it. I don't think there's anything else of note that I could bring to you about this particular episode. That's it. He meets up with Greef Karga. He tangles with some pirates. He goes to see Bo-Katan. Bo-Katan is really Jake Bo-Katan at this point because she doesn't believe in anything about the Mandalorians and Mandalore or anything. And he's like, I can make you believe. You'll see. I'll make the armorer believe. I'll make everybody believe. And he goes speeding off with Grogu. And that's basically it, guys. Now, it was decent. It was okay. Like I said, in terms of Disney properties and Disney Star Wars and stuff, The Mandalorian is pretty much the life's blood of all of this, and it's just going to continue. I wasn't overly impressed with what I saw. I wasn't offended by it. Like I said, I do understand why some people would like it. It does still keep some of the spirit of children's entertainment, as far as you can watch it with your family, unlike Andor, which pretty much put me to sleep. And I don't think kids would be too much attracted to that. If that's your bag, that's your bag. But The Mandalorian, it was decent. You guys, if you saw it, you can get in the comment section and let me know how you felt about this season opener, where you think they're going to go this season. You think that they've just busted their load with the whole CGI Luke Skywalker thing, or you think they might have some more tricks up their sleeve that make it worth watching? Let me know. Thank you guys for listening. I will catch you on the next one. This is The Gospel According to Mark with a C. Rock on.